Hello everybody, today we have a stream going on. I'm gonna be reading some fanfic I got here because I really like fan fiction. I like what I'm sometimes what they add to the story is pretty good, and the way they implement like different ideas and animes together or just different mediums. Like I mostly like sometimes self-inserts, like where they have themselves as a character and go inside a story or something like that, or other times when it's what's it called, when it's a power, they give some different kind of characters the powers or something like that. It's pretty interesting. That's pretty much, I can go on and on for days about fanfics like this one. It's Digimon My Hero crossover fanfic. It's Izuku gets I'm giving you a rough draft. Izuku gets a new what's it called? Quirk. And instead of being quirkless, he gets a quirk like it's like let's just read it and then we'll find out. I don't know if I'm gonna read the whole time, because I've never done something like this, and I don't think my voice is ultimately prepared for that. So I'm probably just gonna, what's it called? I'm just gonna scroll down and then we'll like read it together. I'll try. Like, we got the exposition, it says chapter 0, first to rise. This world is unfair now that 80% of the population has gained these genes, unnatural power called quirks. It was clear that it could get ahead, whether it's in aspirations of a hero or ambitions of a villain. Quirks were the greatest tools to have. Some were greater than others at creating a divide and a new belief in destiny. Now, those with quirks knew that most would be theirs and theirs alone. No one else could have it. They were a part of a person. That's why what's happening tonight is so shocking. In the office of Quirk Doctor's office. Whoa, in the office of the Quirk Doctor's office. Okay, yeah, that sentence was weird. Or 3 people. One, the doctor himself sitting at the desk. 2 was a small boy, 4 years old, 4 years, sitting on the chair with a confused look, and standing next to him was his mother, confused as well, but not showing it as much. The doctor was just telling him about the boy's newly developed quirk. Should I put on voices? I don't know. Probably when I get a voice changer, I'll do that. Excuse me, can you repeat that? I don't know why I put that accent on, but okay, that was Izuku's mother, Inko. I'm gonna say it like that, Inko. What the doctor said made little sense to her. Her own quirk was a little strange, but this was different. The doctor nodded to Inko and repeated to himself, "Of course, young Izuku here seems to have no trait of your quirk, but rather a seemingly advanced version of his father." The doctor then paused and allowed the mother a few seconds to reevaluate that part. Inko remembered Azashi's quirk as being one related to code. It was an advanced program and it allowed him to understand codes almost immediately after seeing them and create his own matter of minutes. Oh yeah, about that, like, has it ever been confirmed about like Midoriya's father or anything like that in the fandom? The food for thought, because I don't remember any like stuff like that about his father. Always been out there. Okay. And after that, the doctor continued, "You don't fully understand what exactly the boy's quirk will do, but If it seems like something's ready to come out, I would recommend that you put him in front of a computer every now and then. Once you have a better idea of what he can do, you can return and get his proper registration in order. Izuku was wide-eyed. He always idolized heroes, and now that he had a quirk, he felt much closer to his dream. Inko was still worried. She knew her son was happy, but she worried that what the possibilities of his quirk would be. With her husband always away, she would have to do it herself. Either way, what time we'll see the world had in store for our young hero. No, the young king. A few hours later. Got to take a break. But there was already straining. Too much strain. But yeah, okay. What's next? No progress has been made when they got home. Even though Izuku was trying his hardest to understand the coding program, his mother opened, but nothing he did worked. The young boy was getting a little disheartened, so his mother went downstairs to make him a shake. That's supposed to say shake. To help him feel better. Izuku looked around him and the posters and merch all heroes he idolized. He saw that to be a great hero meant to knowing how to use your quirk to its fullest, but right now he could even activate his. He looked down at the floor, defeated, before looking at the monitor one last time. Suddenly, his eyes flashed, and expression became blank. His hands hovered over the keyboard and began to type away as if it was a pianist playing their greatest piece. Izuku stared at the screen as the code he was typing became longer and longer. Once it was completed, he activated the program and snapped out of his trance. Izuku shook his head in shock. We're right here. Can't highlight. Oh, we're right here. Izuku shook his head in shock. He blinked for a moment, and now the computer was running at the program that just appeared. Did he make that? Did he make a program itself? The program itself opened in a small tab with a white background. Another error. At the center, an image being loaded from bottom to top. The image was some kind of oval object, like an egg, but it was clearly purple. Even the image wasn't clear. Once the image fully loaded, it became clear. It was actually seen. It was seen to actually be a purple egg. Okay. Izuku was drawn to it. His hands came out to the monitor and closer, like he was trying to grab it. Once he got close enough, he blinked and he saw what shocked him. In his hands was the egg, and it was much bigger than the image implied. It became as big as Izuku's head, and it was heavy, clear sign that something was in it. Izuku was shocked and he got in there, placed it in between it. Is my quirk making eggs? I didn't really think of a good application for something like that, but his quirk is better than no quirk. But a quirk was better than no quirk. He was getting comfortable with the idea until it shook. Izuku's eyes widened at that. Huh? He wasn't expecting the egg to be alive. In a panic, Izuku fell off the chair, hitting the floor. Okay, let me put it where we're at. Pain almost made him cry, but he was distracted by the egg's continuing shake. have become more aggressive as whatever inside it wanted to get out. At last, the sides of the eggs broke apart and the structure of it fell apart with it. Once a ball-like object shook off or remained in the shell, it became fully visible. The creature's full size, similar to the eggs, but it was wide. But it was wider rather than tall, and it had orange eyes and large black irises, and it was covered completely in purple fur, except for its mouth, where the fur was white instead, and it had canine ears on top of its head, and actually the creature kind of looked like a head without a body. The creature spun around in the chair and looked and analyzed his surroundings. Izuku jumped when its eyes landed on him. It seemed fascinated with crooked mouth, then gave a smile as he leapt at Izuku. First word, Dodo. What Digimon do you guys think it is? I think I know what it is, but I'll probably show an image of it when we get to it. Probably like search it up. Inko was in the kitchen helping that. Sorry. Hoping that she can make something fun for him. Wanting to badly to see him happy and to see him disappoint on her face. She may have been alone, but she was gonna make sure her son had the best life possible. She stopped, though, as she heard a scream coming from upstairs. There was only one person there, so she rushed herself to the door. Izuku, are you okay? She hoped that he just fallen off a chair or something. When she opened the door, she was in for a surprise. A strange purple ball was on top of Izuku and laughing. It was like the ball was licking him. Then it moved, it turned to Inko now. Looked at her. Inko froze. She didn't know how to handle the situation. Things got worse when it jumped at her and tried to tickle her. Izuku was laughing the whole time, but his mom was struggling to get this thing off. And she did. She held it with her arms stretched to its sides. Izuku, what is this? She didn't know, then that would be a problem. Oh, came out of there. Pointed out of them and looked confused, and then realization set in. This must be his quirk. I mean, she got to do something. She held the creature against her waist with one arm so she could pull out her phone. When she did, the creature noticed it and did something horrifying. Changed into a flash of light and then sucked into the phone. Inko's eyes went wide in shock. Eyes went wide and fast. Patient. Looking down at the phone, Inko could see that the creature was running around some strange application. Did he create it? He then call his mom so he can see. Without hesitation, she did so he can see. Once Izuku could see it, the creature then stopped again, dead at the tree. Then a pop-up with a text appeared on the screen. Hello, I'm Dodomon. Once more, when seems it could speak. Dodomon, what are you? I'm a digital monster. I'm massacring me to become a knight. And something look to her and look like easy Dodomon to protect him, or at least that's what makes sense right now. Was swept up. Does that mean you help me be a hero? And then Dodomon replied in the place bro. I will help you in any way I can. This was beginning of something fantastic. While Izuku wasn't the first to have a sentient quirk, his will grow with him, not just in power, but in numbers too. Okay? Let me take a quick break there and pull up a image of what's it called? Dodomon. Here's little Dodomon. Cute little thing. I'll keep that there. Okay, they have gone once more to the Quirk Doctor and found out a lot about Dodomon. First, even if he can enter electrical devices on his own, he needs Izuku to pull him out. When Dodomon is out of energy, he has to come from the energy comes from Izuku. So if he's out too long, Izuku will get very tired. Dodomon seems to have a lot of potential, but hard work is required to reach it. So finally, Izuku could make more of these pictures, but he says, oh no, he can do it voluntarily. Izuku wanted to have the ability to name his quirk, and he called it the Knights based on what Dodomon said. It's been a while since then, and Izuku was at the park when he saw his friend Katsuki Bakugou throwing off his quirk. He's making tiny explosions with his hand. Izuku. What about your quirk, Izuku? What is it? Izuku got excited to show them and pulled out his flip phone his mom got him. But she didn't really want to give him a phone to begin with. He settled on one that's only good for calls. He then held it out in front of him, the flash of light. Dodomon appeared. And the crews reacted in shock and excitement. Izuku went up to Dodomon and picked him up. This is Dodomon. He's my quirk. Someday he's gonna help me. At that, some kids laughed. They didn't know how something so small can warn a hero. But that's when Bakugou came up to him with a crazy smile on his face. But really? Well, what can it do? Izuku replied with a smile of his own. I don't really know yet, but he said he can get really strong. That's when Bakugou threw an explosion at Dodomon and forced him out of Izuku's hands. Well, let's see it. If something that can be strong, I need to see it, he exaggerated. Izuku was shocked and silent. He felt heat from that tiny explosion. He wasn't even the one who got hit. He looked at Dodomon, frozen in fear. To his relief, Dodomon got back up and glared up at Bakugou. Then he leaped at him, getting in his face. The young boy wasn't very pleased, and then went as far to hit him with another explosion, flying him away. Izuku yelled out to him, but Bakugou said something that scared him more. That was super weak. How is this supposed to help you be a hero? And Izuku left to ponder the question in fear as Bakugou began to approach Dodomon again, who managed to right himself up again. Dodomon looked at Bakugou, scared what might he do next. Those two explosions hurt a lot, and he didn't want more. He then looked at Izuku, who was just as scared, and then he thought that if they're both scared, who's gonna stand up to him? He told Izuku he would be his knight, and so now he had to protect him. He couldn't be weak. Now he had to fight. Bakugou, okay, typo there, walked closer to Dodomon. Seriously, Izuku, how the hell did you end up with a quirk like this? He was gonna say more, but when he caught off guard, when a strange light began to surround the creature, it was difficult to see, but it was glowing. And then it spoke in a moment of instinctual power. Dodomon, Digivolve 2, and the shrub-like sprout legs became more streamlined, and the small tail grew from its end. And then yellow is new. Dodomon. Everyone was shocked at what it did. The strong creature grew. It wasn't much, but it grew. Can it do it again? The one that was most dark. Bakugou thought this thing was as weak as a puppy, but now it changed. Something different. Could be different too? What are you? Dodomon looked at Bakugou with a determined look. I told you, I'm Dodomon. And then he yelled out and ran to Bakugou, tackling him in the stomach. The boy fell to his knees in pain. Dodomon walked up to Izuku with a surprised fascination. Dodomon? No, I'm Dorimon now, and he's wrong. I'm gonna help you be a hero no matter what. Izuku got on and said, okay, and then walked to Bakugou. Ka-chan, are you okay? And then Bakugou replied angrily, get away from me, keep that stupid monster away. And then he got up and stormed him off, acting tough. Izuku didn't want his old friend to hate him, but he was happy now that his friend can protect himself. Now he returns Dorimon to his phone, and then the day goes on. Whew. That was a lot. Okay. Years later, Izuku Midoriya is now 14 years old, and a lot has happened in that time. His class was divided between those who thought his quirk was cool and those who thought he was just letting it do all the work. Speaking of his quirk, he managed to develop something quite spectacular over the years. Not only has Dorimon developed, but Izuku was starting to gain control of his special codes. This resulted in not only the growth of Dorimon, but making new friends. 4 other unique codes were created during this time. Things have been getting a little harder to control because of all the clashing personalities, but he had help from his first friend. Now he's preparing to go to school. After putting his shoes, he looked to say goodbye to his mother. I'm heading out, Mom. See you later. Love you. And then Nico smiled. Love you too, sweetie. Now make sure those 6 troublemakers don't make too much noise. The 6 voices then came out of Izuku's smartphones, which he got last year. Where does it say? Hey, we aren't that loud, they spoke out in loud protest. As Izuku looked up his phone to see the red screen. On the screen, there were 6 creatures, each unusual in their own right. One in the center had a dinosaur-like purple fur, 2 strong legs, 2 short arms, and this was Dorumon, now evolved from Dorimon. Then he spoke in its protest. And I'm always the one trying to get everyone to quiet down. The 2 voices spoke out. Small T-Rex and a reptile. These were Agumon and Gabumon. We got Dorimon. Let's go. Agumon. Dodomon. Okay, and then the 4th voice scolded the other 2, and it was Gilmon. Gilmon. And then we have and then 2 final voices respond. First was something of a bipedal dragon with blue skin, red eyes, and white on his belly, with a yellow V symbol on his forehead. This was Vmon. I don't think most of us have the right to talk. And then he said, calling her. And the other was a purple imp with white face, green eyes, and red gloves, and a scarf, and yellow smiley face on its belly. This was Impmon. Says the one with anger management issues. Imon then turned to him with a silent frown. What was that? Impmon got scared and grabbed onto Imon, not amused. Nothing. Izuku giggled and headed out to the door and putting his phone away. As for now, he was good. He had his friends by his side, and that made it better. He was going to be a hero, and he had his knights in training by his side. And there we have the first chapter of Data King Hero. The Royal Knights. Pretty good. And then the other two knights were Digimon and Antmon. Okay, we could do a little discussion. So far, I'm pretty sure this has only a few chapters. Let's check. Yeah, 12 chapters. So I'll try and do this like almost every other day. I'm probably gonna do one tomorrow since it's Sunday. But yeah, but yeah, I guess this guy creator, what's it called? Donut Master. Likes the idea of Izuku having a Digimon, and I kind of like it too. And I think he's going for the Royal Knights. And how many Royal Knights are there in Digimon? So this needs to go. Man. Full side. So these are the Royal Knights. So you got a few of them. So I guess you can kind of guess like who's who from the first 6 that we got. Like we got Alphamon with Dodomon. That's not the line. Is this the line? Right here. Yeah. But yeah, right here we got an Alphamon. He's probably gonna go from Greymon to Alphamon. And then we got Agumon and Gabumon. Gonna be which Royal Knight is that? Oh, I can't find it right now, but we know who this one's gonna be. Gilmon. Gilmon's probably gonna be that Royal Knight. Gallantmon or Dukemon, depending on which version you watched. And then I don't know who's gonna be this guy. Dynastymon. I don't know who's gonna be that. And then we have Vmon, who's basically up for toss. Who he could be? He could either be what's it called? He could either be All Force Readermon or that doesn't have everybody. Yeah, right here. He could either be Magnamon or All Force Readermon. So he's most likely gonna get 2 Vmons later down the line. And then Entmon. Who does Entmon? I don't know. Who does Entmon turn into? I'm not really good with evolution lines. So I don't have an idea of who Entmon can turn into. But if I had to give a prediction based on the Royal Knights designs. Oh, here's Omnimon or Megamon. It's gonna be what's it called? Agumon and Gabumon. And then who do I think? I think this is gonna be what's it called? Entmon, Craniumon. Craniumon, Craniumon. It just looks like it. Let me... Okay. Yeah, I think Craniumon. It's gonna be it. Yeah. Oh well. That's been the stream. I'd like to say thank you for watching, VOD watchers. There's nobody showed up, but yeah. See you all later.